Hi there, this is Damien, and I'm reaching out to request permission for authentication for our new application, Invisiblyy. This application is a Google Drive workspace add-on that uses the cards interface to expand your workspace drive. The functionality it is meant to allow is to let you automatically share items from your documents in Google Drive so that if third parties require access to them, they can request so, and they get a granted access as viewer, and you get a notification with the data of the requester on your target endpoint. You will provide a URL that we will notify of the automatic share that occurred on your file. This is the permission set. As I was telling you, this application expands your Google Drive by auto sharing. Once the file has been set to auto share, we create a drive.watch or file.watch methods, and we get data when there is a access change request to the item. Once we get that access change request with the drive permission, we go to the email and look for the email of the requester in the automatic notifications that you received there. And once we verify the name of the requester, that means the email account that is requesting access to the file, we granted access as viewer with the drive permissions. And we send a notification to the targeted point of your choice with the requester email. So that's why what we use this tree for. We don't use the lesser drive.file because the cards interface does not seem to tag the drive files it interacts with, so we cannot like modify them with it. And then there like the token, and then there's like because we have to renew the token to continue to exist alive after the user sets a user to monitoring and goes to sleep. So we have to allow the script to run a time trigger that keeps us authenticated. And that time trigger is the one that we have a problem reproducing with drive.file. So that's that. Connect to an external service is the way we send message from the application to our backend service, so that it can keep track of the user actions. And that's it. We check the user time zone for informational purposes. Now we have the interface, and what we would be doing is that would be, for example, selecting an item, and this item would essentially allow us to set it up to be automatically shared with an endpoint of our choice. The file comes from the contextual action of selecting a file in here, and that's it. We add the target endpoint, hit enter. The file is set up to be shared, and then we can like go back to the see all files you are sharing, and we can take a look and see that the file has been set to automatically be shared. So that means that when a third party requests access to this file through the standard methodologies, this is a bad example because this account already has access to it. Let me see what other account I have at hand. What about this one? Okay, so this third-party account requests access. That's pretty much it from the requester end perspective. We don't want to change anything in the user flow. And this access is going to be granted automatically by the application. It does take a little bit, I would say about 30 seconds, because of the way we buffer the notifications we receive, since we can get a lot of them. And once the timer has expired, once the buffering period has passed and the actions are passed on and the access is granted. The requester of the file has no change in their experience, and the person who shared the file originally has now the ability to select his file, open the application, or open the application and select his file, and have the information of the file displayed in here. Okay, so that's that. And finally, if we go to the main screen and hit the credits section, you get to see the things that you have been sharing. Okay, so that's that. In this particular case, we do have a balance. That was not the action we saw right now, because I am using this account, test account, and whatnot. But that's pretty much it. The application, that's what it does. That's how the permissions are used. That's why we don't use lower level permissions. And that's pretty much it. The application works by sending its traffic to a backend compute engine within Google Cloud on the same project or accept and subscribe. This backend allows us to essentially run a Node.js server where I have handwritten a project. This particular code is not publicly available in Git, but I could share it with you so that you can study the whole project, or although I understand you don't mind other than what is inside the Google the Drive interface. And so that's pretty much it. Please let me know if there is anything else I should add, and thank you for your patience. Bye-bye.